guys, welcome to Bastion Time. I am your host, Bastion. This is Nintendo News. Let's get to that news. First of all, we've got all kinds of deluge of Twilight Princess HD stuff, so I'm a little slow on the uptake, but we just gotta cover it all. Again, this is more of a This Week in Nintendo News. This isn't breaking news or something that happened yesterday. This stuff happened about a week ago. But basically, first of all, we got Mr. AONUMA saying all kinds of interesting things about Twilight Princess HD. First of all, of course, stuff we just knew or took for granted, which is that on the gamepad, of course, there'll be the map of the dungeon and it will show you where collectibles are, but also that you'll be able to swap out items and whatnot. You won't have to go into a separate menu to do that. It will just be right there on the gamepad and you'll click, oh, I want this item, and swap it over into whichever button you want. So that's pretty cool. Although I did like the item selection method in the original Twilight Princess, but this is fine too. And also he confirms that there will be 40 floors in that special dungeon where you're a wolf Link, where there will be no hearts dropped by enemies and none of that stuff. That basically it's going to be 40 floors of hell. So that will be lots of fun. Our next story is about Larry Wilmore, who has a show on Comedy Central that kind of, after Stephen Colbert left, Larry Wilmore had the show in that same time slot, and he references Mario in it, which is pretty amusing. He was talking about the Flint, Michigan issue, about how, in case you're not on top of the news, about how the water is completely polluted, the tap water. And so anyways, of course he makes a reference to Mario being a plumber, and it's pretty amusing. If you're into political humor and Mario humor, then it should be perfect for you. There's a link down in the description. Our next story is about something that's pretty cool. I haven't tried it yet, but I'd like to. I just haven't had time, but it's a randomizer for the original Legend of Zelda, and what it does is it doesn't change the overworld, but it changes things like locations of entrances to dungeons, as well as what those dungeons look like inside, the shape, the color. It changes where you find items, where you find the bosses, things like that, enemies. So all of that stuff is randomized, but the overworld stays the same. So that sounds just right, and I'm definitely going to try it. I'll let you guys know what I think about it, but if you want to check it out before I get around to it, there's a link down in the description. There are all kinds of fake Pokemon Go apps saying, hey, we're the beta version of Pokemon Go, download us now, and then it's just completely fake. There's like a bazillion of them, so be careful. Pokemon Company has said no, there's absolutely no beta version of Pokemon Go out there. These are all fake, so you've been warned. There are all kinds of rumors about the NX, and we'll get to the most annoying one of them later in another video, but this one is about the fact that supposedly it's been uncovered that the NX can support Unreal Engine 4 as well as Unity, that it's included in the NX, and that is amazing because that means that people will actually be able to port games from other systems to the NX or co-develop those games simultaneously for the NX. Games that would have come out only exclusively for PlayStation 4 or for Steam or for Xbox One. Those games don't make it over to the Wii U because the Wii U doesn't really support them, so they'd have to be reprogrammed from scratch basically, and nobody wants to do that, especially considering the install base of Wii U isn't that great, so there's no money to be made there, so they just don't bother, which is why we have seen very little third-party support. Nintendo finally realizes their mistake, supposedly according to this rumor, and are going to go ahead and include Unreal Engine 4 and Unity, so that would be in their best interest, and I hope it's true. That is it for this episode of Nintendo News. See you guys the day after tomorrow for more news. Bye, guys.